You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Hello, I'm Declan Shelby. I'm the artist of Old Dog from Image Comics. I'm the writer, artist, colorist, profiler, admirer, but anyway, I'm running out of silly things to say. But you can get this at issue 1 is out now, and of this new ongoing series, you can get it at Space Cadets, and you can catch me on The Experience.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. We have no John tonight because John is an off-season vacationer, which in John's world is 365 days a year.
Of course.
So he is not here tonight, but we do expect him back Monday. Monday, we got to, and I'll make this announcement as the show goes on. I got Marcus in the house, DVB. Ron, what's happening, buddy?
What's going on, guys?
And Ron sent me something. There's going to be a second Twister movie, and the title is going to be, this is a shocker, Twisters. I know, right?
That's so stupid.
I know, but I'm probably going to watch it. Bill Paxton obviously won't be in it, so that's kind of sad. Mark is camped out at Black Adam. We'll definitely talk about that during the show. How that's being currently, the reviews. I don't know. I'm going to crack down that iron, smack the taste out of your mouth. All right. So we got some interesting stuff tonight. So I brought back the Spider-Man that Mariano was coloring for us on Monday night show because Stevie B I guess John chose Club Med over Chateau Rex tonight. Can't imagine why. I think the drinks are better. But I think he's at the Jersey Shore, and I think next week he's supposed to go down somewhere in the Carolinas or something. I don't know, Myrtle Beach.
This guy, I'm jealous.
I'm so jealous, dude. Although I kind of got to forgive him. He brought me lunch. He brought me the actual John Cole. This thing is friggin' huge. It came in a plastic container about this big. Okay, now their full size sandwich is about $23. So I gotta admit, it's pretty. Sheldon, what's going on? Kenneth Bird, hey buddy. Yeah, right. And you're not kidding about that, JD. So we brought back the Spider-Man. We've got 4 cover sketches. We do have the statue tonight as well. All right. So we got some interesting stuff. We got another Lucio Perillo, graded comic. Thought that would be nice to bring back. I love his work. One of the best cover artists out there. But big surprise for Monday. Okay. Buckle up. AR, you may want to tune in on Monday. We actually have Ken Hazer coming to visit us.
That's right so cool.
Yep, right here in the building. So he's going to be live with us on Monday's show. Q&A like we do with Mariano. He's going to bring some of his original art. So it's going to be a fantastic show. And obviously, I'm a huge fan. So I'm going to be, put on the fanboy hat for that particular show. Let's see. Jay, all right. Did you just hear my announcement, Jay? So you'll be back Monday. You'll be producing the show. So Station JD. Oh, sorry, I missed you last night. So Jay, you will be producing the show. We will have Ken Hazer in the house.
That's cool.
And talking about whatever we want to talk about. I'm going to try to dig out as many cover sketches as we've got here. Any new stuff he may have turned into us. But I think it's going to be a super cool time. John was technically, as I said, he's supposed to be at the Jersey Shore leaving today. But as soon as I told him Ken Hazer was going to be there, he said he's going to drive back. Marcus, the nine cover connecting set, right? I'll work on it, buddy. I actually, John is the guy you have to talk to, because John's the one who actually texts back and forth with Ken. So we'll definitely put that on the menu at Marcus Claim. Sight unseen, without a price even. All right, so let's get to the best offer books first off. And then, all right, so we've got first off, this is our first best offer book, Uncanny X-Men #1, Young Variant, signed in gold by Scotty Young. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is a best offer book starting at $20. And I got to tell you, let me say, at his number 12 of only 15 signed.
Nice.
You know, it's Scotty, obviously, you know, comic book artist. He also is a writer and illustrator for children's books. But for me, I've always loved his covers. You know, it's kind of like baby superheroes, what you know, wherever they are. And his variants are always you know, just really cool works of art. So this one is hand signed in gold, number 12 of 15 by Scotty Young himself. And if you are a collector of his covers, it's amazing. You know, the guy has quite a history working with Neil Gaiman and stuff. So this is a best offer book tonight, starting at $20. All right.
His artwork's definitely grown on me. In the beginning, I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, I really wasn't a big Scotty Young fan. I was like, why would I get that cover? Or I'll tell you, over the years though, they've really picked up. I really enjoy them, and even the stuff he has written. I mean, he hasn't. I didn't know he even did children's books, but he's written a lot of indie titles too. And man, I mean, he's on Strange Academy. He's killing it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, you look at his history. The guy's been pretty prolific. All right, Creative Keep's going to open us up at 20. Gotcha, Creative.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that just kept like casually popping up to me. It's like, oh yeah, he does the covers. I mean, my dad doesn't like them. A lot of the guys at the shop don't really like them. And I was like, yeah, they're not that nice. And they grew on me. I was like, all right, these are cool. And I read one book. It's like, oh wow, he actually wrote the book too. And it was like one after another. It's like, oh, he did that as well. Oh, he's on this. And yeah, he's really good.
Well, when I found out he writes and illustrates children's books, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, right?
It does.
And I think you can turn anything into a baby and it works, right? So if you take superheroes and turn them into babies, they work. You know, there's a reason that God made babies look the way they do, and you know, we all have a soft spot, because if not, there would be nothing but a bunch of homeless teenagers all over the planet. Okay, because as soon as they turn into teenagers, you as a parent still remember them when they were a baby, and God made sure of that, because otherwise they'd be homeless. He'd throw them out of the house the minute they turn into a teenager. I Hate Fairyland. Yes, that was one of the books that he wrote, and great reviews, so on and so forth. So
that one I sadly haven't read.
I haven't either, to be quite honest. But clearly, Jay has definitely wrote it. JD says he'd buy Scotty Young vinyl figures. That's actually not a bad idea.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. All right, so that brings us to the statue, which is a best offer item of the night. It is Before Watchmen Silk Spectre cold cast porcelain statue. What's significant is this was actually designed by Amanda Connor, a name that that we hear John drop all the time. So we said we'd go out there and get more statues. This one sits at, hold on, let me look. 10.5 inches high and 5.5 inches wide at the base. Cold cast porcelain, designed by Amanda Connor, and it is a best offer statue tonight, starting at $50. All right, so and again, we'll have other statues that'll come up, some really neat ones, but this one is starting at $50 as a best offer book, or statue rather. Oh yeah, right, JD. No John, so everybody's going to have to relegate their own drinking tonight. But by this point, I think we've turned them all into alcoholics. So you know, we don't even need Nate John's name dropping. We're Rubenstein. Gotcha, buddy. You got it, my man.
Wait, yeah, I think Marcus beat him, at least on my side.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're Rubenstein. Marcus actually did beat you. You're right.
They really did come in like simultaneously though.
All right, so John's at 55, but then Marcus is up to 60. Gotcha, buddy.
And wow, you might as well just give it a minute. They're going back and forth. We got
Okay.
some extras.
All right. So John is now at 75. Oh no, actually, where Rubenstein came in first at 75. All right. So let me get that down.
What's up, Lyle?
Hey Lyle, what's going on, buddy? All right. So where Rubenstein is at the high claim at 75, just to be clear. All right. So John Spilios, he beat you by like a fraction of a second. Actually, just it comes in order. It's got to be milliseconds because it's got the same timestamp on it. All right. So just so everybody knows, where Rubenstein is currently in the lead at 75 on the statue. And of course, we will do the Rex cap as we always do. So just so everybody has an additional chance. So John, if you want to come in higher, let me know, buddy. All right. So then good segue here. Let me see. So we're going to segue into Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International, San Diego #1, signed by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner. All right, John, you're up to 80 on it. Gotcha, John. So John is in the lead on the statue at 80. All right. So where did I leave off? Oh, yeah. So
the Harley Quinn.
Yeah, good segue. So this is dual signed by Amanda Conner and Jimmy Palmiotti. It is number 21 of 60 signed, and we have one available for $39.99. Obviously, here at Dynamite, we're very familiar with Amanda Conner and her work. Probably one of the best vampy artists out there. Or one of the her works on Vampirella are probably some of the best there. So here's an opportunity to get a dual signed book, and it is a variant Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International, San Diego #1, signed by Amanda Conner, Jimmy Palmiotti. We have the one number 21 of 60 for $39.99. All right, cool. So so the Phils are playing right now. Last time I checked, they were up 4-2, so hopefully that holds. So other than that,
man, they're killing it.
Yeah, they are, man. They're on fire. So other than that, how was your week?
Week's been going good. Been busy.
Yeah.
Working on the house still, pretty much. It's coming down to the end. We've been literally just redoing the whole bathroom since last week, like every day for a few hours.
What's up, Dave?
Dave, what's going on, buddy?
Dave in the house as well. So yeah, I guess it's been how long since you moved? It's been several. It's 8 months.
Yeah, January or the end of December will be a whole year.
Thank you, JD. Yeah, that was the last score I got as well. Thank you, buddy. Yeah,
I mean, we've been doing a lot in that time. I mean, the repainted the whole house, carpet, fence.
Nice.
Redid the light fixtures.
Lars, man, what's up, buddy?
What's
I got
good,
something
Lars,
for you, my friend, because I know you've been working hard. Yeah, Dave, there's a statue tonight. You know what? We'll flash that one up again real quick. And then I got something for Lars, man, as well. So it is Before Watchmen, Silk Spectre cold cast porcelain statue designed by Amanda Conner. It is a best offer statue, and currently John Spilios is in the lead at 80. All right, so now something super special for Lars, man, here. And that was, I brought it back in the hopes that Lars, man, might join us. All right, so it is Captain America #1, signed with Spidey cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. All right, and this is the one that Mariano was coloring on our Monday show. It was one of the last items. So I think the show kind of ended. So Lars, man, I know that you are a huge Spidey fan. So suggested retail of $149.99, and we have the one available for $75. Yeah, so are you doing all this work on the house yourself, or you hiring people to do it, or?
No, not me and my dad, or me and my girlfriend.
There you go. All right, Lars, man, I got you, buddy. I kind of figured this one would be up your alley. All right, so that one is gone. All right. So new comic book day. Anything? Yeah. Did everything come in?
Yes, I think so. I just think the shop has resorted to ordering the bare minimum at this point. Crazy to think that, because literally a year or two ago they were ordering a ton of everything, and now the shelves are just barren every time I go in. for New Comic Book Day.
Wow. But everything did come in on time. So
yeah, to my knowledge, I think so.
Have you heard in the rumor mill anything else going on with that, or?
They just I just don't think they want to order as much. They're ordering like cover A's for everything, and then a couple, like maybe if there's a cover B, like 2 of those, and maybe a cover C, but pretty much just sticking just to cover A at this point. And they're not even getting all the titles.
Gotcha.
So AR, I got a question for you.
What's going
I
on?
heard you talking about. So, do you think that doesn't hurt the comic store, that other retailers are going to pick up their business?
In my opinion, the way that shop is, they're not, to me, a traditional just a comic store. They do a lot of gaming, they have statues, they have like even game nights, they do a lot of other stuff. Most of their sales, in my opinion, come from eBay and Amazon. They do a ton of online stuff. And
Okay.
I think as of I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm pretty positive they said they pretty much just do New Comic Book Day to make everybody happy. Like they've got customers that have been coming there since the beginning, and they just don't want to end that tradition of New Comic Book Day. But they just said over the years, it's just totally different than what it used to be.
That's interesting because I know a lot of our comic sales are up, and I know a lot of comic sales are up. Look at Dave Cerrone. I look like Harvey Dent, and I'm half in. Well, I'm trying not to scare you guys, you know. But yeah, I mean, I know a bunch of retailers where their sales are up, and so it just throws me off that they're cutting back. But you're kind of saying that really they treat the store almost like a warehouse for fulfillment and for doing everything else, and that all their business is mostly online, which I get, you know, if that works for them, whatever it takes to keep the doors open, right? That's the most important thing. But it's just, just hearing that, I was just curious because most retailers right now, their sales are going up. So that one, it just threw me off. That's all. I was just curious.
I think it's mainly, I don't want to say, like they truly used to get like everything, every cover, every single week. And they've cut it down to, you know, which Marvel titles have been selling. Like if there's a 5-issue series and 1 through 4 completely sell it every time, they're going to continue. But all of a sudden now you have issue 2, 3, and 4 still on the rack. That one's done. They're not going to keep going on that. They're not going to keep getting cover Bs and cover Cs. To me, they seem more, they've gone just more of a smart financial route, I guess. Like I said, I can't speak for them.
They're playing it safe. Yeah, and you know, every retailer is different. I just know, talking to a few retailers, like they, you know, and they're picking and choosing, don't get me wrong, but like I've got retailers that still buy extra of any of our Lyrics Lee or Lucio Perillo covers, let me say it right, I'm Italian, any of those covers, and sell them as back issues. So I mean, look, like I said, everything works differently. And from what you're telling me, they're really just becoming more of an online store. So, but if that works to keep the doors open, that's the most important thing, right?
Well, they've kind of always been that way. It's the shop's actually very big. They have a ton of stuff in there, but it's more of most of their sales are online. They obviously keep the store open. They love doing the game nights. They love having, you know, people come in for special events and stuff like that. But they focus on, to me, they buy a ton of collections. Like they're always buying collections for everything. Pokemon, Funkos.
Right.
I walked in there today. I think they picked up a collection yesterday. I think it was like 30 or 40 long boxes. And just a couple months ago, they bought one that was a couple hundred long boxes.
Right.
Like that's where they really go.
Yeah. So it's basically they're becoming more of a mail order back issue house.
Yeah, I can.
Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So I was just curious. All right, cool. That's good to know. You learn something new every day, right?
I think one of the things that has turned not them off, but a lot of just people in general is you look at like, you know, Marvel, especially with DC, like there's a DC title today that I wanted to get. It was $8. And, you know, it's kind of a lot of money, especially when they're putting out a trade paperback the exact same week. That's $9.99.
Right.
So why would I spend $9 on just a single issue? Marvel does the same thing with a lot of their brand new titles. Everything's like $5 or $6 because they deem it, you know, a new series, a little bit bigger of an issue. Right. And it's just, you know, they're not ordering as many of that because it's not $4 anymore, and people still aren't buying it for that same reason. And I've cut back on a lot of new comic book day stuff too. I mean, if everything was $4, that's a different story. But now all of a sudden you're putting in there 3 or 4 books that are $5 each, maybe 1 book or 2 books that's $6 each. It's a lot of extra money on, you know, week to week for no reason.
Yeah. Stevie B, a lot of people do use subscription services to save money, but at the same time, when you're using a subscription service, they ship to you once a month usually. So even when you get to the 4th week worth of books, you're getting it like a week after everybody else. So you're getting all the books 1 week to 5 weeks later. And a lot of fans, they don't care as long as they're getting the ability to get a little bit more of a discount, and as long as they have the ability to get more books. It's well-rounded. Look, we have a really great, well-rounded industry, you know, from periodicals and trade paperbacks, special editions, even when you sell back issues or digital comics, it just grows the readership. But, you know, you always want the retailers that are kind of like the first length in front of the consumers to be there. Wow, look at Lyle. $8 US is $11.05.
I didn't realize the exchange rate had shifted that much.
Wow.
It was almost dollar to dollar at one point.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, the dollar has gotten so strong. I mean, we're almost dollar to pound right
this
now.
This year it shifted. Yeah. So.
But, you know, the good thing is that comics are still doing well. And, yeah, look, we get to enjoy what we do, right?
Well, I like what Larsman is saying. He has an independent in Boston that he orders books from that ships weekly with mail order type discounts. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of, if you've got an LCS independent, you know, a lot of these guys are shifting, like, you know, AR's LCS, you know, they're becoming more dependent on online sales, which is not a bad thing.
No,
you know, not at all.
Whatever it takes for retailers to succeed, that's all that matters.
I would agree.
And that's the other thing as well. Where, you know, this day and age, everything is online. I feel as though if you are an LCS or you're unwilling to resort to anything online, you're going to fall behind, and I don't want to say like you're going to go out of business, but you're not going to do as well as the, you know,
I
other
think
retailers.
it's a little bit of a mix. I think there are retailers that focus purely on in-store sales, and they give fans an experience where the experience outweighs anything else. And I think that's how they grow. I mean, look, you could use Midtown Comics as the best example. They're the #1 retailer in the country. They have the #1 mail order service in the country, but they're the #1 stores in the country as well. So they give their fans the experience that go in the stores, but the fans that want a discount, because everybody that goes into the Midtown stores pays full price, or they could order everything discounted. There's still that experience of knowing the people in the store, of buying the books on the rack, of picking up what you want, that is still growing and robust. And what I'll say is, it's hard for some retailers to do everything, which is why they focus on what works. You know, for some retailers, being online is the difference between being successful and not successful. For other retailers, just being in store and having people that are knowledgeable makes a difference. So it's just what is exciting to the consumer at that moment. I was thinking about reading one comic book sometime next year, but based on this conversation,
are you kidding me, Ron? All you have to do is go back to your CCA collection and crack one. You can read the comic book there.
It's all about the 3 E's: the experience, the experience network, and the exclusive covers.
No, for the very first time, I think last week, Ron, you bought a 10-pack. So you have 10 to read.
That's
and
right.
And you paid $5 for it. So no, I'm pretty sure that meant from that week. But there you go. There's 10. I just solved the problem, Ron.
But it's a good mix. It's a good mix. There are a lot of retailers that do both. And there are some retailers that give a discount for pre-ordering and having a subscription, but those consumers still come in and buy off the rack. Like I said, I can mostly attest from our sales and talking to retailers, sales are up, and that's a good thing. So, that's why I was just curious, because it definitely takes away from the experience of somebody being able to come in the store if the store is not carrying as much. And I get it. Listen, we put out a lot of variants, so I know it can be a headache. And for some retailers, it's a headache. For other retailers, it's karma. We've got retailers that tell us that we put out too many variants, and we have retailers that tell us one of the reasons why they make so much money from us is because we put out a lot of variants, because people who buy multiple copies. So everybody's different, and that's the beauty of this. We
actually have a few guys at the shop with like a new comic book day subscription, because we do a discount too. We have a few guys who specifically order every cover for every Dynamite title.
Nice.
Because I fulfill those orders every once in a while if I'm there on Tuesdays to help out. And there's a couple guys on the list that order every single one.
Nice. Yeah, so, all right, I interrupted. I told Rex, I was like, without John talking about food, tonight UNAR can sell more. And now I interrupted it and derailed.
Well, Rubenstein, there are multiple retailers in my city that don't have a retail location. They are 100% online. So, but here's the thing. I think what's changed is that the LCS doesn't need that central foot traffic location anymore, okay? But I think you still have to have kind of a physical location, because there's certain people. I think it was Dave that said, he says, Dave just said it, 3 or 4 chats above. People go in the store to talk to other fans for the experience, picking up their books. I have a friend who still does that, but he lives in a suburb north of here, and the place doesn't see a lot of foot traffic. It's right by McGuire Fort Dix. Okay, so they do see a lot of traffic from the base, but essentially it doesn't have to be in that central location, where there's lots of traffic, lots of stores, because the people that are going to come to you, they're coming to you, But I do believe you have to have a facet of your business that's online in order to survive in this modern day.
Like you said, I think Dave really did put it best, and that's why the shop was pretty mad about all the COVID rules that happened in PA, because they had to shut down all of the gaming. Like they did gaming, they do gaming every night, but they literally did events, I think like every Friday or twice a month. And the amount of people that would come in just to play. And we had a shop out in Oklahoma that did the same thing. They always had game nights. And as a business, you look at that like, all right, they're coming in to play games. What are they going to do? Probably buy more cards while they're there to like up their deck. They're seeing competition. They want to win. And then you hope actual tournaments. It's so,
I think, we'll definitely pick up this topic throughout the show, because I think it's a real interesting topic. We got to take our first break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and we'll pick up this topic. It's a good one.
Thanks for tuning into The Experience. Help us out and hit subscribe over on YouTube, and click the bell when you do. Need some help? Scan the QR code in the bottom corner.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
would win, Batman or Superman? It's the age-old debate, except it's so much more complicated than that. Nerd Killer Warfare every week on The Experience is your chance to debate other nerds in the questions we've all been asking for years, except we take those debates and turn them up to 11. Go to bit.ly/EXP casting or scan the QR code to be part of the show.
Hi, I'm Tom Zoller. I'm here at New York Comic Con. I do a book called Love and Capes. There's a new issue that's going to be coming out soon, Home for the Holidays. That'll be on Kickstarter. I also work on this obscure art house book called My Little Pony. Perhaps you've heard of it. And I do a bunch of romantic comedies. I'm so glad to see you, and you're watching this here on The Experience.
And we're back, and Alec is kind of fuzzy again.
I'm on Ethernet.
They don't get no better than that. Not unless you put an antenna on your head.
It's I don't know how it is where you're at, but it's like extremely windy here right now.
The wind is not picked up here, but if it's hitting you, it's going to hit us pretty soon.
Oh yeah, it's been like insanely windy all day.
So that could be it as well. So I like Stevie B's idea. Would it pay for an LCS to offer in-house cleaning and pressing services? So many people want to slab, since so many people want to slab books, that might increase foot traffic. It might.
I had a few LCSs in Oklahoma do that.
What's that?
I had a few LCSs in Oklahoma do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to physically come in to drop off the book. So, but I believe a physical presence is still really important. I
do too.
Want to shout out to Lyle is in the house. Let's see who else. Sheldon, buddy, what's going on? So yeah, definitely. I think that it's a combination of the two. I think that like any business, look at Sears. I mean, you have to have an online presence. And that can help kind of deflect the foot traffic that you're losing, but you're always going to have, some foot traffic, I think, and that's part of it. The old school guys like Sheldon, like Lyle, that, want to go in and physically chit chat with people, browse through the books.
Yep.
So, I just don't think you have to be in a central location anymore and pay like a super high rent, to have that footprint, that brick and mortar footprint. You can go somewhere else and people will come to you because the ones coming for that physical experience, they're willing to go somewhere as long as it's not too far away from them, locally. But, heavy foot traffic, like if there's an LCS in Philadelphia, I'm not going there, by the time parking and everything else. Oh, you cleared up real good now. So the wind must have died down. Oh, we're Rupenstein. All right. I know where Rupenstein's up in Canada. So slabs aren't really a thing around there yet. That's interesting. So that hasn't taken off there in Canada, I guess, yet.
Our shop used to have, they kind of swapped them out, but we had an entire just upper wall of slabs. Like the upper area around the entire store was like all slabs. And then they just changed it out with keys.
Yeah, no, Dave, I agree with you. And I think that's kind of what Stevie B meant, is that you would still send it out to a third party, but they would have to drop the books off to you, which would then create that foot traffic. So, but I agree with the statement that Dave Saronis is making. Ron, I know you're still salty about that. All right, let's get to another book. As always, might as well throw this up there. John, yeah, you're gonna get Ron started on his tirade. Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles with a cover price of $3.99 or higher, so a $40 value suggested retail price or higher. And as always, as thank you to our viewers, we have it for $5. If you buy multiples, we'll do everything we can to make sure that we don't have duplications there. All right. So the next up, we got Fantastic Four number 586, signed by fantastic artist Steve Epting. And it is number 17 of 65 signed, and we have one available for $40. And let's see. And Epting is a tough signature to get. I don't believe he's been to a con since 2001. So
That's not a name you really hear like
what's
anymore. That's not like a name you really hear at all anymore.
Yeah, he really doesn't travel to cons anymore. Love his work, obviously, on Avengers and FF. So I agreed, Dave. Epting is a fantastic artist, iconic almost. So we have this one available, Fantastic Four, number 586, signed by Steve Epting, number 17 of 65, and we have one available for $40 tonight. So what have you seen? What's out today that new comic book day that you like, dislike?
I think probably realistically the biggest one that came out this week was probably Whatnot's first issue. It finally released, Alpha Betas. I know that one's been being hyped up for a very long time now. Quite some time. They had a lot of exclusives, a lot of different variant covers. I mean, that's just my opinion, but it was all right. I don't know.
Just all right.
Yeah, it's all right. And, I think the dude who works on Rick and Morty, he did the art, so the artwork was literally like Rick and Morty.
Right.
But I think about that too, because I talked about this with someone else, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a really big Rick and Morty fan. The artwork reminds me of Rick and Morty, and hopefully it's good." And I told them, I was like, "I didn't really like it. It was just all right." And they're like, "Dude, but Rick and Morty fan, like, you didn't like it?" I was like, "Yeah, but think about it this way: I watch Rick and Morty, and I really enjoy it. I don't read Rick and Morty. I don't read any of those comics, and I got this vibe, and all right, so this is, I don't know how old everyone is in the chat right now.
Older than you.
But when I really got into playing video games, I was in high school, like mid 2000s. And I'll tell you what, the dialogue of the comic was like a Call of Duty game chat from back in the day. It's like the Wild Wild West. It's just these high school kids just going at each other because they're stuck in like a virtual reality game or something.
Right.
Or they're playing it and they're just like, literally what a Call of Duty game chat would be back in the day. That's exactly how it was. So, and like I said, not bad. I just think their marketing is incredible. I'm going to stand by that. Whatnot's marketing is phenomenal. And they hyped it up pretty well.
Ron says, I have shoes in my closet older than AR. And I hate to say it, AR, I have a pair of shoes that I graduated from high school in. That was back in the day when my mom was into really buying good shoes. She'd buy cheap clothes, but good shoes, because back in those days, take it to a shoe cobbler and shoes would last forever. So I have this black pair of floor shines that I recently, I don't wear them, but I recently found a shoe cobbler in the neighborhood and just, had them put a new heel on it. But who does that anymore? So yeah, Ron, I probably, so those were, yeah, they're older than you, AR, I hate to say it.
I do what I can to not get rid of shoes either. I ride them until they're done.
Yeah, but it's hard to find shoes that'll last like that. I mean, you think about it. These shoes would be 35 years old. It's crazy. So Dave Cerrone says, Whatnot has more investment money behind it than any independent comic publisher. Probably, yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, they got a big money dump a couple of years ago. Strong on marketing, low on oversight. That's an interesting outlook.
I feel like I couldn't agree more. I will stand by it. Of all the things, everything comic book related, I truly do think Whatnot probably has the best marketing that I've seen in quite a long time. They're on top of everything, but I definitely agree with what Dave said. They are just not, I think they look at the now. They look at everything in the now, and I'm sure, obviously they're a successful business. They're clearly looking forward. But it's not the same. I'll just leave it at that.
So Lyle Hobson, we started something with the shoes thing. I have a pair of Levi's side zip high top boots. Stevie B, better old shoes than underwear. True that. I'll go with that.
That's funny, but everyone in this chat right now is going to say the same thing, that they don't get new underwear or socks either.
I do because
don't.
my washer eats them. I don't know where they go.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
All
I don't know
right.
where they go. I guess when I finally sell the house, they'll get to the dryer vent and find all these underwear and socks just stuck in there. I don't know. Maybe it's not lit. All right.
I have like the hardest time ever wanting to buy new, just like underwear, socks. It's just like, no, it's still good. It's still good. It's all still good.
I can't stand the hole in the toe, man. That doesn't work.
Oh
all
my
right.
God. The hole in the toe and the hole in the heel.
do it.
I live with it. I'm walking around a lot of times and there's a big toe just hanging out of my sock.
It
My
bugs
girlfriend
me,
looks at
man.
it like,
It
what are you
bugs me.
doing? Buy a new
It
sock.
bugs me. Triple B says my wife buys me new ones every year. Underwear or shoes. All right. So next up. Oh, all right. So now that we have a full house, I made this announcement earlier in the show before everybody checked in, but very, very important news. On Monday night on the Experience, on our Comic Collectables show, we are going to have Ken Hazer in the house. He is actually going to be here with us. John, who is, again, as I said, on perpetual vacation down at the Jersey Shore this weekend,
He'll live
wasn't
stream
going to
from
be here
Jersey.
Monday. Then I told him Ken Hazer is going to be here. He says, oh, I can probably make the show then. Okay. So I forget where he usually goes. Sea Isle, I don't know, wherever. But probably about an hour and a half away, one way is the drive. So not horrible, but he wasn't going to come hang out with me and Robbie. But as soon as I dropped Kenny, so that should make the drinking game on Monday very interesting. So we're going to have to get a ruling on this. If John talks to Ken Hazer, does the act of talking to Ken Hazer every single time constitute a name drop? Because we're going to lose everybody in the first 20 minutes.
No, but I'm willing to bet money he's going to be telling him stories too. He's going to say, "Oh, Ken, by the way, I talked to this person recently. What do you have to say about that?"
It'll be like an automatic weapon. He'll be spraying names all over the place, dude. You won't be able to keep up.
And then he's going to come on the Wednesday,
swinging it out of the bottle.
He's going to come on the Wednesday then, and he's going to be like, "So this time I was hanging out with Ken Hazer. You mean on Monday?" It's like everybody was there for that.
I'm going to be able to name drop a little bit, man. Everybody's totally going to be toast on Wednesday, right? So now we know the truth about the Rex cap. It's only done to annoy John. Not necessarily. It's also to make Preston happy. Okay, I don't know if he's in the house yet, but because Preston, I think, wants to annoy John because Preston is always the first one in the show to ask for the Rex cap. All right, let's do a CCA. All right, so now that I made the announcement, we have Batman number 100 signed with a Joker cover sketch by Ken Hazer.
I've been eyeing that one all night.
There you go. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is one of our 5-star at $50 books. And get your questions ready for. I think Ron. I think John was kidding, buddy. But get your questions ready. Making the announcement on Wednesday, so you have a whole weekend to figure out what questions you want to ask, and we'll blow it up with the Q&A with Ken, because I know I've got a lot of questions that I certainly want to ask him. And it'll be my first opportunity to meet Ken. We recently became Facebook friends. Obviously, we communicate through email. Lars Man making an offer on it. All right, Lars Man, I'm going to keep that offer in mind. And Nick's watching, so he'll be able to chime in. Yeah, so very excited about having him live here. We had originally talked about him joining the show, kind of the way that Robbie and Alec do, through StreamYard. Wow, you can have fans, Joel, on Facebook? Really? I didn't know that. I'll have to figure out where that feature is.
I didn't even know that existed.
I think if you have like a business or store site, you have that. And yes, thank you, JD. If you get that's not true, Joel. I have all the other old people I graduated high school and college with that are my Facebook friends. So there. If you get a chance, please hit the thumbs up for us if you're watching. It helps our algorithm. It helps us grow. Jay, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man. Especially all the hard work shout out to all our producers, Jay, JD, Kyle, who push all the buttons in the background that make this happen for us. We appreciate you guys. But all right, Lars, man, I got you down with your offer. We'll see what Nick says, or if he doesn't say anything, then I'll make an executive decision. I'll get crazy like that. All right, so let's move on to a Dynamite book. Why are you and John best friends? Because we live in the same. This is a Dave Cerrone question. Because we live in the same town, and I depend on John as the good place to eat, and I'll stay away from that place. Okay, and I got to admit, he's never. Well, because he's John, I guess, Dave.
That is a great friend, though. Hey, so about this food place. I know you eating there. What do you think about it? And he's always got the answer. Oh, I loved it. And here's the best food item.
I'm telling you, he
brought
me today because I've been hounding him because they finally completed the new John Cole sandwich. It's a bakery not too far from here. You hear us mention it from time to time, Bellagio's, and they do so well. They're actually, I think, closed Sundays and Mondays, right? So he couldn't bring one Monday, and I've been hounding him about it. And he came before he went to the shore today. All right, brought me lunch. This sandwich, I'm not even kidding you. The John Cole, it came in a package this big. Okay, I can probably make 4 meals out of the thing. Oh, gotcha, Dave. They all have to be about John. I gotcha. Thank you, Jay, for saying that. Yeah, we have a good time. That much can be said. No matter what happens, what we have on the show, we always have a good time. All right, so let's see. Oh, talking about John, another great segue. So. Didn't realize until he was back and forth whether or not he'd be here on Wednesday. So I went ahead and put the show together. We've got Green Hornet, Blood Ties #1, signed by Andy Parks, and John is not here.
You always put up the things that he wants when he's gone. Every time he's gone, there's all of a sudden, oh, we were able to get a statue for this show. It's always when he's gone.
I want to say that I'm doing this on purpose for the fun of it, but I'm really not. I script the Green Hornet, and then, I can't make it today. I'll be on vacation.
Right, and this time it's a Green Hornet.
It must be Wednesday. Oh no, because he doesn't claim. It just walks out with him, hand in hand, so to speak.
I was going to say, he claims it all right.
All right, this is going to kill him. It is one of our perfect 10 reads at $10. All right, so you have the opportunity to get Green Hornet Blood Ties, okay, #1, signed by Andy Parks. Really one of the best writers and inkers out there. His work on certainly Green Arrow. Lars, man, go for it. I would pay $10 just for the bragging rights.
If we're being honest here,
guess what I picked up?
Lars Man says we got a new game. It's We Drink When Absent John C.
Oh, I like this game.
That's deadlier than every time he makes a reference, because I feel like we've just mentioned John.
I don't know, man. I don't know. When he gets going, dude, he can drop a name like every 5 minutes. I don't know. Did I just mention his name again? I'm not keeping track.
And I just mentioned
drink on your own honor, or if you're still conscious enough to count. That's all I got for you.
Hey, Jay.
All right, Jay Burns just did it.
You know who would like that? John Cole.
John, I hope you're watching, buddy.
He's passed out in a hotel room somewhere because he doesn't leave the hotel room.
No, they always rent a house, and he's never this early. But here's the thing: if John enters the chat, you have to take 5 shots right away. How's that for you?
I might message him. John, we need you.
I will let him know. Joel, food coming. That is a possibility with John. But yeah, dude, I love talking to him. But just he is my personal restaurant reviewer. It's just like, John, what do you think of this place? John, what do you think of this place? John, can I drop your name at this place? And not get tossed out. All right, Lars, man, I'll let him know, buddy. That's really very nice of you, my friend. All right, so let's see what else we got here. What time is it? All right, yeah, we definitely. Ooh, you know what? I'm doing it again, everybody. You got your glasses ready?
Here it comes.
In honor of John, let's do a Dynamite book, and that would be John Cole.
Oh, I thought you were going to say another Rex Cap.
Oh no, we'll do the Rex Cap when we get back. All right. So we have Vampirella Strikes #6 FOC bonus ultraviolet cover by Lucio Perillo. And we have one available for $5. Probably one of the most popular cover artists, but definitely Dynamite cover artists out there. All right, so this one is available. UV cover by Perillo. All right, Lars, man, you got it, buddy.
That was fast.
All right, so that one is gone. All right. Should we do a Rex cap before the break, you think?
No.
Yeah, let's do a Rex cap. Where's Preston? He's a big fan of the Rex cap. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. So we got, first off, we did the Dynamite 10-pack reader set.
Wait, no, what's the statue at? That was the first thing I did.
I'll get to that in the Rex cap, buddy. Why? Did somebody ask? Did I miss it?
No, I just.
All right, yeah, we'll get to that. It'll be part of the Rex cap. So, 10-pack reader set, suggested retail 40 or higher. We have it as always $5 for the entire 10-pack. Random 10 Dynamite titles. If you buy multiples, we'll do our best not to duplicate. Then we had Fantastic Four number 586, signed by fantastic artist Steve Epting, and we have number 17 of 65 signed. One available at $40. A man who is not showing up at too many of the cons out there. Somebody told me last one he was at was 2001. Then we did Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International San Diego #1, signed by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. So we have one available, number 21 of 60, for $39.99. Then we did Uncanny X-Men #1, Young Variant, signed in gold by Scotty Young. It is a best offer book, and Creative Keep is currently in the lead at $20. And then we did Batman #100, signed with Joker cover, sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have one available for $50. And then let's see here. Oh, okay. Here's the statue. So it is Before Watchmen Silk Spectre gold cold cast porcelain statue. It is a best offer statue designed by Amanda Connor. And currently, John Spilios is in the lead at $80. And that's it, I think. I shouldn't be bagging and boarding comics while watching. Let a couple of good values go by there. There you go. I'm sorry. If you're playing a drinking game, you definitely should not be bagging and boarding, Stevie B. That's just personal advice. All right, buddies. The Triple B is in on the X-Men. All right. Got you, buddy, for 22. All right, I got you, bud. All right. Let me see here. All right. So, very excited about having Ken Hazer here on Monday. If you get a chance, definitely, Alec, I know you're busy, but, you might want to tune in. Should be a good time.
I'll do it again.
He's bringing pieces of original art that he's done with him to the show. I'll have to check with Nick. I believe they're going to be offered for sale on Monday, but I got to check with Nick on that one. I'm not entirely 100% sure, but it would be really cool if he brought original art and it was on sale for the Monday show. It'll be probably one of the few times we have original art on the show. Usually those are on Nick's show on Friday. Just remind everybody, 7 p.m. Eastern time, he does the original art show, 7 to 8. Let's see. Jay Burns asked, does John Cole, mentioned it again. Now Jay's just messing with everybody. He's gonna every one of his posts in the chat's gonna have John Cole's name on it. Ever bag and board for y'all? Just seems like something John Cole might do. John Cole. All right, I'm gonna count that. I'm gonna make an executive decision. We're gonna count that as one name drop. Okay, John Cole name drop. Yes.
We are selling Ken's covers on Monday.
The original art that in the email that we saw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Yeah, we're selling 5 covers.
Okay, so those 5 covers, the original art will be for sale. No, Marcus, I'm calling it one shot, not a triple shot. That's gonna put everybody under. Like, I don't want anybody to die.
We got Marcus over here pouring himself. He said, "That's up for me to decide."
At that point, just put the shot glass away. Just guzzle it from the bottle. Get yourself a paper bag. All right. No point in claim all 5 covers. All right, let me see.
He's probably talking about Monday.
Oh, you're talking about Monday. All right. Well, John,
if I think yes.
John, tune in on Monday. Let's see what they are first, okay? And let me give you a price, my friend.
He said, no, it's okay.
Ron, I can't answer that question yet today. I will find out for you, though. John is pre-claiming. Gotcha, John Spilios. I understand now. Alec explained it to me using small words. But yeah, very excited about that. And we'll take a look. And, and again, everybody, get your questions ready. I'm sure it'll be a great visit, and we'll have he'll have some great stories to tell us. But so should be a fun time. Let me see here. So I do want to go back to the question about LCSs and stuff when we get back from the break, because I thought that was a good topic that Nick brought up. They do have to adapt somewhat. The old traditional model of your LCS cannot keep you in business anymore. You're not going to get that much foot traffic, So it's going to have to be a mix of online and a mix of in store. So it really, I know most of our viewers still like the feeling of going, into the shop, having a chat and whatever. And obviously, since the beginning of the show, we are strong supporters of your local comic book shop. They have and still continue to be the backbone of the business. So I think it's very, very important. We should have Kyle on to talk about this. He knows all about it. Yeah, we should. Yeah, Kyle would be very informative. Too bad he's not able to join us tonight. All right, so let me see here. Should we throw out another book here, or
I got time for another one?
Yeah, we got 1 minute. All right, that's a good question, John Spilios. We'll tackle that one when we get back.
I was gonna say I got some stuff to bring up too then as well.
All right, cool. We'll pick that up. All right. So let's do the graded book. Vengeance of Vampirella, number 9, CGC graded 9.8 guaranteed. And it is a Lucio Perillo cover. God, his cover art is just phenomenal. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have the one available for $69.19. And he obviously isn't showing up to cons in this country very often since he lives in Italy. Be kind of a long way to travel. But that, I mean, his covers are just phenomenal. Just that Triple P, you're absolutely right. Fire. All right. So stay with us. We're going to take our next break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Thanks for tuning into The Experience. Help us out and hit subscribe over on YouTube, and click the bell when you do. Need some help? Scan the QR code in the bottom corner.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite news show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
And I'm back. Sorry.
Hello.
I was talking to Nick to clarify. So, all right. So this is why I got confused. What he's bringing is original art, but it's the covers. It's cover original art. So that's why I got confused. So there'll be 5 of them. So it should be very, very cool.
Cool.
No, Nick did not have a preview of original art yet. I'm not sure if they have it ready, but I will certainly ask Amy. Hey, Amy. Jay's asking if we have original art to preview yet. All right, so Jay, we'll get back to you in a minute on that question. All right, so John Spilio said that he thought that Whatnot would be a good venue for the LCS. It depends. The problem is that if every LCS does it, they're essentially selling the same things. Yeah, I think that would be the problem.
For as far as new comic book day, yeah, because there are people who do new comic book day type stuff on there. I don't know how it does, but yeah.
Right, I got you. Sheldon, correct. Original published cover art and not CCAs. That is correct. I'm gonna, dig up whatever CCAs we have. Certainly want to have a lot of stuff here when Ken visits us. Very excited about this. Obviously John is. If John's gonna make the long drive and
living vacation.
Yeah, I know. Ruin one of his vacations. Many vacations during the course of the year. I mean, my God, every time I turn around, the guy's on vacation.
He's gonna say, honey, just stay here. I'll be back in a few hours. Promise.
Yeah. But the funny thing with John is, I guess it must be a slow movie week or something. Otherwise, he would go on vacation. He'd be at Regal.
Black Adam's this weekend, I think, isn't it?
What's that?
Black Adam's this weekend.
Is there a preview?
The movie from DC?
No. Was there like an earlier release date?
No.
Sometimes
weekend or Friday or something.
John will probably catch it down to shore, or he'll come back early on Monday, watch it, and then come here and do the show with Ken Hazer.
Wait,
knowing John,
I don't want to be wrong. I feel like it comes out this Friday. I could be.
You probably know better than I would.
October 21st.
Yep.
Yeah. So Friday.
Right. Yeah. So Friday. Yep.
That was one of the things. That was one of the things I actually wanted to bring up. It's on Rotten Tomatoes. It's sitting at like a 40-something%.
Yeah, the reviews haven't been great. I heard that The Rock was phenomenal in it. But,
I believe it.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm still gonna watch it. I mean, I think most of us are. So whatever the case may be. But obviously the DC universe is getting bashed.
I would like to see it. I'm excited to see it. I'm probably not going to see it in the theaters. I really don't go to the movie theaters much anymore to begin with. Black Panther's going to be a different story, though. I'm going to find the time to go there. But,
right, yeah. I'm excited about that coming out as well.
I feel like in general, there's not a lot of, I say it as content because, oh, wow. Philly's lost the lead. Wasn't it just, 4-2? All right, I don't want to get off track.
That's why my phone's blowing up.
I want to call it content because TV shows, movies, I'm not finding a lot of good things coming out lately. Like they're pushing a lot of content, a lot of movies like Netflix originals, right. Hulu's originals. And I don't think a lot of it is all that good. It feels cheap. It just feels like something that could be thrown out there just to, fill just a void of needing something to watch. Marvel's doing the same thing. And I was going to tell you, I haven't seen the latest, like the final episode of She-Hulk yet, so I can't have a real opinion on it. But opinions are super mixed. They either loved it or hated it. I feel like there's no in between for that show. And I don't know, just a lot of stuff that I've even recently watched. I'm just not really enjoying it. It just, I don't know. It all feels very cheap. It's not well written. There's nothing that really just pulls me in. And maybe that's just me.
Well, John Spilio says that it's getting good reviews from comic book fans. Stevie B agrees. So that's a good sign. It may be lost on the general public, but the comic book fans are grabbing onto it. So that's a good thing. It'll be on HBO Max in 45 days if you don't want to watch it in theater. That's good information. Thank you.
That's what I'll probably end up doing. I mean, I usually get HBO Max. I don't pay for it consistently, but if something pops up there where it's like a good movie or 2 movies that I want to watch, I mean, why not spend the $15 for the entire month and then just
Right.
cancel it and go back to it eventually, you know?
So, all right. So, Jay, here's the answer to your question. Here's Nick's preview of what's going to be on Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern on his original art show.
John Romita Jr., Black Adam, You're the Villain #1 cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty sweet.
And as the fans voted on Monday, while we're waiting for Black Adam versus Superman, which is what The Rock wants to see next, this Friday we'll have Superman versus Spider-Man Homage by Bob Layton. So Friday at 7.
The big question becomes, who do you bring back as Superman?
Henry Cavill.
That's what I've heard.
That's what I was saying.
But until they start shooting, man, anything can happen.
I was reading a lot of stuff that they said Marvel's trying to snag him, try to get him on a.
Yeah, I read
Marvel.
that too. Yeah, I read that too.
He killed it as Superman. You know,
I thought he was good. I mean, you know, you got Harrison Ford now. I heard he's going to be General Ross.
Yeah, I heard that's confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I read that's confirmed now.
Yeah, I did too. And you know, now becomes speculation about Red Hulk and stuff. So that should be interesting as well.
See, and that's the weird thing is I'd see him as a above decent Thaddeus Ross, but thrown into the character of Red Hulk. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, it'll be CG. I mean, you know.
I was gonna say I know it's gonna be CGI, but even the voiceover, I just don't know if that's what I personally was envisioning.
I can see where you're going with that, but they're going to alter the voice too, obviously.
Yeah, they're going to put a lot of work in.
All right, so Lars Man, it is a homage, and Nick will see that in the chat in a minute. So he'll be the best person to answer that question. He is the know-all of what, you know, of these homages and original art. That's for sure. All right, so next up, let's do Generation Shattered #1, signed in gold by Dan Jurgens. The man who killed Superman. Signed in gold. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is number 3 of only 25 signed. And it is one of our 5-star books at $50. And I was talking to somebody, and he's scheduled, I think, to show up at, he showed up at New York Comic Con. He's scheduled for Terrificon, but other than that, apparently he's not, he doesn't have anything on schedule for any other con. So another real tough signature to get. And we have it here tonight, signed in gold. Numbers 3 of 25 by Dan Jurgens. And we have the one available for $50. All right, so there you go, Lars Man. It is a recreation by Bob Layton. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. And, of course, the great Black Adam piece, that will be on Friday with other pieces of original art. And, again, if I didn't say before, Ken Hazer will be here next Monday for our show. And it's going to be phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. All right, so let's see here. Let's do Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, DF exclusive, signed in gold by James Tynion IV. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have the one available, number 14 of 25, for $40. All right, and obviously James Tynion IV has been hotter than hot. With let me say, somebody sent this to me. Nominations for the GLAAD Media Award for Outstanding Comic Book, Goodreads Choice Awards, Best Graphic Novels and Comics. So this guy has been hot as hot can be. Jay Burns, maybe Clancy Brown. He voiced Red Hulk in Agents of Smash and had a good voice. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. Do they even bring the Red Hulk character into the picture? Obviously, it's tons of speculation.
They need to.
Yeah,
they have to do it.
I would agree with you there. I would definitely agree with you there.
I mean, I guess that's what it is. I mean, I could see Harrison Ford doing it. I guess just in general, he probably wouldn't be my first choice. I don't know who I would pick though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think he'll make a good General Ross, but the other part, Sheldon. Hopefully Nick is watching that as well, and he will be able to answer that question, or he might pop his head back in and answer that question. I do not know the exact release date. They should have gotten Ron Perlman. I don't know if I see him as a General Ross. Do you?
No, but what's funny is I could see him doing the voice of Red Hulk.
I could see that too. Yes.
So it's
maybe
like there's no, I'm not having like this happy medium. You know, I could see Harrison Ford doing Ross. I couldn't see Perlman doing it, but I could see Perlman doing the voice of Red Hulk, and I could absolutely not seeing Harrison Ford doing that.
you're not getting both of them.
No,
That budget would be ridiculous, right?
But what is that really that out of the question though with Marvel Disney?
Is
that really out of budget?
Fair enough.
Is anything deemed out of budget for them? I mean, obviously CGI is out of their budget, but getting people there is, I mean, it's Marvel Disney. They're multi-billion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. It's just how much they're willing to lay out for something like this that's unproven. You know, Avengers Endgame, I think they had a little bit more confidence in being able to spend that kind of money.
I think what they should be running with is the assumption that no matter what crap they put out, it's going to do well, which is pretty much how it's been. I mean, even Thor: Love and Thunder, that's probably the worst movie possible, and it still brought in decent numbers. Like, I mean, I don't know the numbers offhand, but I mean, it's doing it.
Ron says Sam Elliott would have been a good his choice. That's actually not a bad choice right there.
I gotta look
where
up
Rubenstein, Seinfeld. Yeah, not seeing that one where Rubenstein. I'm not feeling that one, buddy.
Oh, that's Sam Elliott. Yeah, I absolutely could have seen Sam Elliott
like Roadhouse and stuff.
Yes.
All right.
Wow, that's a phenomenal choice.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, Sam Elliott was Ross in the original Hulk movie.
That actually is probably where I recognize him from, because I looked up his picture and I was like, I feel like he would kill it in that. That probably makes a lot of sense then if he already did.
Well, I know him from a lot of Westerns and then obviously Roadhouse, which took off. But man, all right. JD caught that one already. All right. So it's time for the Rex Cap. I feel kind of lonely without Preston here asking for it, but let's do a Rex Cap anyway.
I feel like he was in here earlier though. Maybe I missed it.
I haven't seen him, but it might just be me. But let's do it anyway. All right, here we go. So as always, we had the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles. Cover price of $3.99 or higher, suggested retail of $40 or higher, and as always, we have it for $5. If that's the only thing you're buying and you want to save on the shipping, we can send it medium mail to you. No problem. All right, then we had Fantastic Four number 586, signed by fantastic artist Steve Epting. We have one available at $40, number 17 of 65. Let's see. And then, then we had Generation Shattered, number 1, signed and gold by Dan Jurgens.
Ken's in the house too.
Hey, Ken, what's going on, man? Can't wait to see you, buddy. All right, everybody's all worked up here, man. And I tell you, John, our friend John Cole, he was gonna be at the shore with his wife.
That's another shot.
I talked to him today. I said, "Oh, looks like Ken's definitely gonna be here on Monday." He goes, "Oh, okay, I'll drive back." Okay, so there you go. Me and Robbie couldn't bring him back, but you have the ability, the power to bring him back. All right, so there we go. All right, so then we have Generation Shattered, number 1, signed in gold by Dan Jurgens, number 3 of 25. And we have a suggested retail of $89.99. We have one available for $50. Then we had Harley Quinn invades Comic-Con International San Diego, number 1, signed by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. We have one available for $39.99. It is number 21 of 60. Then we did Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1, DF exclusive cover, signed in gold by James Tynion IV. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is number 14 of 25, and we have one available for $40. Then we did Uncanny X-Men number 1, Young variant, signed in gold by Scotty Young. It is a best offer book, suggested retail of $89.99, and currently Triple B is in the lead at 22. All right, then we had Batman number 1, signed with Joker cover sketch by our friend Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is one of our 5-star at $50 books. All right, and then we did Vengeance of Vampirella number 9, CGC graded 9.8, Lucio Purio cover. Suggested retail of $89.99. We have one available for $69.19. All right. Then we had before Watchmen Silk Spectre Gold Cold Cast Porcelain Statue. It is a best offer book, and currently John Spilios is in the lead at $80, and it was designed by Amanda Connor. All right, and wow, Ron, up to 122. I think the last time we asked Ron, it was like at the mid 70s. All right, you know what? Since we actually, let me see.
That's
We
wild.
did all the Ken Hazer books already tonight. Bummer. I thought we had one more. Oh, we do have one more. Here we go. All right, The Walking Dead Governor's Special, signed and remarked. This is a true remark by Ken Hazer in silver. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is one of our 5-star for $50 books. I knew I had one more Ken Hazer item. So Ken, I don't know. Yeah, I got to tell you, Ron is a big fan. Where Rubenstein, you are bidding 85 on. What are you bidding 85 on, buddy?
Probably the statue. If I had to take a guess.
Okay. I'm going to jot you down with Rubenstein, but just confirm with me that you are at 85, my friend. All right, so jotting that down. And ironically, Ken, Ron is not a reader of comics. He is a collector of comics, but not a reader. Statues, cover sketch art, you name it. Graded books, but he is not a reader, ironically enough. Gotcha, buddy. I got you down, Rubenstein. You are currently in the lead at 85. And again, everybody, questions, get them ready. Ken will be joining us live on Monday night. All right. So, Ron, Ken, I'm looking for something special. Ron does rule, actually. Ron is a very cool guy. Ducking and dodging his wife as he indulges in his hobby. So custom the feel of the taser that's like comforting blanket now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Ron not according to my wife. Just remember, buddy, you got to start working out, man, so you can stay nimble, light on your feet so you can get around your wife with the taser. Okay. Do a little of that Matrix stuff. All right. Yes. All right. Ken's going to be bringing a bunch of cool stuff for us on Monday. Can't wait to see it. I know I've got tons of questions, so you guys got to get your questions ready because I may fill up the whole 2 hours with my questions. And then, we got to talk over John, of course. But should be a blast. All right. So, all right. Next up, if Lars Man is still with us, we've got Spider-Man, the Black Cat Strikes, #1, signed by Dennis Hopeless Hallam. Suggested retail of $49.99. It is #2 of 35 signed, and we have the one available for $19.62. All right. Sheldon. All right. Hold on, buddy. JD, let me know if you don't have that one. All right. Lars Man is claiming. Let me see. The Black Cat. Gotcha, buddy. All right. There it is. He found it. All right. But Lars Man is claiming it anyway. You got it, Lars Man. I got you, buddy. All right. I have to run the Serpentine to the kitchen. It's rough at Casa Shepherd. That's what I'm telling you, Ron. Work out, buddy. So you're a little bit faster than she is. Okay. Now, does she have the hand taser that you have to actually? She has to touch you with it, or does she have the one with the gun and the dart?
Man, she shoots it.
Yeah, because then that's going to be a lot tougher. Then he's really got to be like Neo in the Matrix, duck and dodge those darts, man. All right, so too funny, too funny. And Ron, you know what? Definitely send me. I don't know if we have the pictures, but definitely send us some of the pics of the Hazer work that you've. Especially the 4 connecting covers that you've had framed at Ronald Shepard. Try yoga for matrix-like flexibility. Too much fun. But again, I want to mention this. We've talked about this before. I love this community. When John and I first started, and then AR joined us, and then Robbie joined us, we really had no idea the direction this was going. But I really love the viewers that we have, the community that we have. Ken, thanks for jumping in for even a few minutes. It's great to have you here, and looking forward to meeting and talking to you on Monday. It'll be a great show. So love it when the creators jump in, throw in their 2 cents. Love when they watch. Hope they like the show. I know we've had a few creators caught us during those segments where we're talking about spam and stuff. But Ron, I saw her researching non-lethal rounds last week. I think I peed a little bit. Oh, those rubber bullets can still kill you, Ron. I'm just saying, man. Just make sure, dude. Maybe you should start wearing some Kevlar in a helmet while you're in the house watching the show. But yeah, it's a great community here. I love it when the creators jump in and are able to watch. Just wanted to throw that out there. John and I are very thankful. We didn't really know what direction this was going to take, and it kind of evolved on its own. A lot of it with our regular viewers who have hopped in and really helped us out. So really appreciate that. And of course, Alec and Robbie, what they add to it. Be sure to check out Alec's channel. I know that JD threw it up there. He's doing a lot of shorts now. When we first started, you were doing more of the long form stuff. Not as long as our shows, but then you've started doing the shorts, and they've been really popular. For what I'm seeing. What is it that you think is different about the shorts that makes it a better medium for like your viewers?
They're more for me, and I like doing shorts because they do actually take up quite a bit of time to make. They're not like just a simple little thing like a lot of people do, like, TikTok shorts, they just film something really quick. Right. But I've been doing more stuff along the lines of just like comic book stories, like I don't want to call it events, but like things that have happened. And just, for example, like something I posted, let's see, super quick, just so I have, like, yesterday I did Hulk killed Wolverine. It was a what if, I believe, is issue number 50. And it's just like a super quick, I think it was 45 seconds of a breakdown of what happened in that issue. And I have a lot of fun with it. I mean, when I first started just comic book YouTube in general, the people that I really watched was like Comics Explained, Comics Historian, channels like that. And I really liked watching people who talked about comic book stories like that. And then I thought, well, I read New Comic Book Day stuff. I'll do New Comic Book Day videos. But as things went on, I just thoroughly enjoy talking more about stories and doing things like that. So that's what I've been making a lot more stuff of. And I'm not 100% yet if I'm going to be doing it, but I am looking to add more weekly content along those lines of making, I don't want to call it reviews, but actual breakdowns of just the whole story, because I love talking about that type of stuff. So, stay tuned, maybe be interested in it. We'll see how it goes.
Cool. So Ron says, I only have one CCA set out for framing just to see how it turns out. That's fine, Ron. If you get it back this weekend, send us a pic. Love to show it on the show while Ken's here. Clearly, from the mouth of Ken Hazer, you've got to have one of the single biggest collection of Ken Hazer cover sketches out there. Certainly from his opinion, and he would know better than anyone, I would imagine. All right, so let's see here. All right, let's do another book. Oh, here we got some more cover sketches. So let's see here. All right, so this one, I think we've done once before. Secret Invasions #1, signed with She-Hulk cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. This one he did at home for us. Suggested retail of $149.99. We have the one available for $75, and this is the last of the She-Hulks of this particular one. So that is available tonight. Obviously, Joe has been sketching these out, and with Mariano doing the coloring, and he'll do it live on air. So, we're hoping to do. All right, you got it, John Spilios. So that one is out of here. So this is kind of a new development. Obviously having Mariano coloring on air, having Ken Hazer here, and we hope to do more of that. To add a different kind of element to the show, keep it interesting. I'm sure that everybody loves to hear me and John speak about the many uses of spam. It is very useful. It is like the duct tape of food. I want to say again. But we figured we needed something fresh, and this sounded like a great idea, and certainly the reaction everybody's had with Mariano being here with us, joining us on Mondays, and we had talked about having Ken over to hang with us. Yeah, you know what? That's JD. That's not a bad idea at all, and we might do that as well.
I'm sure John knows a couple.
You think? Please, who are we talking about here, dude? Okay, that's
John
one of
Cole.
yeah, that's one of his worthy name drops. But one of the ones, and we haven't spoken to her yet, but one of the cosplayers out there that we work with, Anna Mia. Obviously, she's written now for Dynamite. She is an active cosplayer, tons of followers. So that's somebody we've been working with, and maybe we'll open it up to her, see if she wants to join one of our shows one evening, and have her come in and tell us, lots of great questions. Some of it, is very basic, like how do you put these costumes together? I remember when cosplay was first a thing. I mean, it was just like goofy. It looked like those bad Halloween costumes I used to wear as a kid, into what's evolved today, which is unbelievable. I mean, absolutely unbelievable how much detail and accuracy these costumes people put into them. It is really phenomenal. All right, so let me see here. What time? Oh, we got about a minute before we go to our next break. So we only have about 3 books left, and then when we come back from the break, we will certainly do another Rex Cap. Too bad John's not here. John didn't even check in, man. That hurts me. Hurts me bad. Jay Burns, yes, her Betty page was great. So she's become very prolific as a writer and obviously a cosplayer. So I think she would definitely make a great guest. We'll certainly put it out there and see if we can bring her on board. But yeah, so from time to time, that's what we hope to do: bring creators, maybe cosplayers, just anybody that's part of this industry that our viewers think would be interesting to have on the show and talk to, questions and answers kind of thing. So, all right. So we're going to take our last and final break. Stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.
This is The Experience.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hey there, hi there, hello there. You're as welcome as can be.
Hi, I'm Nancy McCann. Welcome to Friday Night Live on The Experience.
Welcome, everybody. It's Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. Brendan, Al, Jason, hanging out.
There I am. Welcome back to Kicking It with Henry, folks. I am your host, Henry Kumpel. It's great to be here with you guys.
So we are going to talk about books that are in stores this week.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Mishmash.
Hello, and welcome to the Black Comics Universe, presented by Peep Game Comics.
And you gotta love it that the first people in the minute to skim it are creators.
Up, everybody! Welcome to another Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal Ambrosia.
Hey, everybody! Welcome to Space Cadet.
Hey! What's up? Welcome, everyone, for another episode of I Must Ask You a Question.
Hi, everybody! Welcome to Nerd News Now.
Hey, this is Rex. Welcome to Comic Collectables.
Hey, hello, all you happy people. Welcome to the Dan Wickline Show.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. Is the crazy show that we do on Thursdays called What's in the Box? What's in the Box?
Comic culture and sales.
Who would win, Batman or Superman? It's the age-old debate, except it's so much more complicated than that. Nerd Killer Warfare every week on The Experience is your chance to debate other nerds in the questions we've all been asking for years, except we take those debates and turn them up to 11. Go to bit.ly/EXP casting or scan the QR code to be part of the show.
All right, and we're back. All right, so Jay says, you know who'd be great? Cassandra Peterson, Elvira herself. And I would agree. She would be great. I know that at cons, she will stay and sign, the last autograph for any fans. I don't know if we can get her for the show, my friend. That might be a reach, but we will certainly try. So, Lars, man, I got you an answer, buddy, on the let's see. I got you an answer on the Batman 100 signed with the Joker cover sketch by Ken Hazer.
I thought you were going to respond to what he just commented. You were like, I got an answer for you. I thought it was to that.
Oh, no, not the Joey Valdez thing. No, sorry. So I talked to Nick, and so I got it down to 40. So if nobody else takes it for 50, do you want it at 40? Let me know, Lars, man. All right. So let me see here. Okay. All right. So you might as well. Hey, Creative Keep, what's going on, buddy? What did you miss? You missed a whole bunch of stuff. Let me tell you what you missed. All right. You got it, Lars, man. Nobody else claims it at 50. It is yours at 40. All right. So Creative Keep, this is the big news of the evening. And we were just talking about it, and Ken Hazer was just in the chats with us. Ken Hazer will be here live in our offices on for Monday night's show from 6 to 8 p.m. He's going to bring 5 pieces, and I don't know what else he's bringing, but he's definitely going to bring 5 pieces of original cover art. All right, published art covers, but the original art of it he will bring with us, and they will be offered for sale during the show. Triple B, you got it. Okay, never a problem to do a Rex cap. What the crap I missed? You did not miss. Well, you missed Ken Hazer in the chat, but Creative Keep. What I'm saying is, Ken will be here live on Monday nights here with me and John during the show. Prepare all your questions. He's going to bring 5 pieces of original cover art with him that will be available for sale. I don't know if he's bringing anything else, but we'll definitely do our best to get as much as we can Hazer-wise, on the show for that as well. All right. So that'll be on our Monday show. We're all very excited about it. Obviously, me and John are huge Ken Hazer fans. So, John's met everybody and knows everybody and texts everybody. But I personally recently became Facebook friends with Ken Hazer. And this will be my first time meeting him. I know I'll have a ton of questions to ask him about, what he does and so on and so forth. So it should be a real fun show. Looking forward to it on Monday. And you did just miss him in the chats, hanging out with us for a little bit. He's a busy man. He's got a lot of sketch covers to do. John Spilios beat you to it, buddy. He already claimed everything. Sight unseen. I don't even know what there's going to be, but John Spilios said, I claim it all. Same thing. See, got to be here, Creative Keep, when the show starts, buddy. Too funny. All right. So let's do the Rex cap since Creative Keep just joined us. All right. So as usual, Dynamite 10-pack, 10 random Dynamite titles. It's just retail $40 or higher, $5 as always. All right. All right. Go ahead, Lars, man. Take that shot, buddy. Then we had Fantastic Four number 586, signed by fantastic artist Steve Epting. We have one available. It is number 16 of 65 for $40. Very tough signature to get, as he is not appearing in a lot of cons. I think the last one he was at in 2001 or 2021 rather. Sorry, not 2001. All right. Then we had Generations Shattered number 1, signed in gold by Dan Jurgens, the man that killed Superman. We have suggested retail of $89.99. We have one available, number 3 of 25, and is one of our 5-star at $50 books. And then we had Harley Quinn Invades Comic-Con International, San Diego, number 1, signed by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. We have one available, number 21 of 60, and it is available for $39.99. Then we had Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1 DF exclusive cover signed in gold by James Tinian IV. Suggested retail of $89.99, and we have one available, number 14 of 25, for $40. All right, and then we had Uncanny X-Men number 1 Young variant signed in gold by Scotty Young. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is one of our best offer books, and currently Triple B is in advance. Is in the lead at 22.
I saw that.
Yeah, right. I'm reading it, and
yes, Creative Keep is in advanced negotiations of this Uncanny X-Men one.
All right, and then we had The Walking Dead Governor's Special signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99, and it is one of our 5-star books at $50.
Man, I gotta say, The Walking Dead. Now, I didn't read the Governor's Special. At least I don't think I did. But I read all 4 of those compendiums like back to back in probably a matter of 3 weeks. That was one of the best things I've read in a very long time. And granted, it was a couple of years ago at this point, but I didn't read The Walking Dead for the longest time.
All right, so hold on. X-Men Creative Keep is at 25. Gotcha, buddy. All right, so Creative Keep is now in the lead at 25. All right, where did I leave off here? Let's see. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, okay, here we go. Vengeance of Vampirella number 9, CGC graded 9.8. Lucio Perillo cover, suggested retail of $89.99, and we have one available for $69.19. Guaranteed 9.8. All right, so Triple B making moves again. He is now at 30. All right, so Triple B is now in the lead again for X-Men number 1. All right, and then let's see. We did, okay, so this is a best offer statue.
Nice.
All right, Before Watchmen, Silk Spectre, cold cast porcelain statue. And currently where Rubenstein is in the lead at $85. Designed by Amanda Connor. All right.
Hey, just because we're on the topic of the Before Watchmen, this is actually what I wanted to bring up earlier. Did you hear about what Alan Moore said to HBO recently?
I did not, but just so a Creative Keep, I got you at 32. No problem, buddy. Go ahead. What did he say?
This is just kind of paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of this show is embarrassing and do not contact me again. I do not want my name a part of this.
Wow, really?
Yeah. If someone in the chat can confirm that, but yeah, he apparently he does not like it at all.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Let me see if I can find something real quick, so I can see if there's like.
What do you really mean, Lars, man? I can't tell with your funny spelling there.
All right, so it says there's quite a few quotes, but one I'm looking at, it said, I said, look, this is embarrassing to me. I don't want anything to do with you or your show. Please don't bother me again. Moore continued. There's a lot of quotes from him, but that was the one that
I'll have to look that up after the show.
Yeah, he apparently is not a fan at all. So,
all right, so we have one more sketch cover left. All right, do better, old man. All right, it is Thor's number 1, signed with a She-Hulk Titania cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99. We have the one available for $75. And this is the last cover sketch CCA we have for the night. Again,
you go. I was gonna say, I think it's funny because you got Titania up there, and I feel like we brought this up last week when we were kind of like talking about She-Hulk, But I was talking to someone that was like, they hated She-Hulk. They hated everything about She-Hulk. And one of the topics they brought up, they were like, man, and then in She-Hulk, they've ruined Titania. And I was like, did you actually care about Titania? Like, seriously, is that something that like really bothered you? And they were like, no, but they
were
still
just looking
ruined the
for
character.
something. Yeah, they wanted a reason not to like it. I mean, I've liked it, so I have not watched the final episode yet.
Oh, you haven't watched it either?
No, I got to catch up, dude.
All right, cool.
Just,
Next week.
Yeah, there's football season now. Now the Phillies are in the playoffs. I mean, I got to come to work every day. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to kind of catch up. I have a couple beers at night. I'm watching while I'm lying on the couch, and guess what? I fall asleep.
Now, what I will say with She-Hulk, as much as I've been, last week we brought it up. I said I didn't really like the show. It's just not my thing. Not really enjoying it. I like when I sit down and watch a Marvel anything, I'm in the spectrum of I want it to be a continuation of something. I want it to lead to something. The way that I watch Marvel, I just assume it's all going to just come back and lead to something. She-Hulk isn't like that. A lot of these TV shows aren't like that, which is maybe why I'm personally not a fan of a lot of them.
Right.
But what I will say is if you sit down, you understand exactly what you're watching with She-Hulk. It's just supposed to be this sitcom. It is what it is. It's not this, grand scheme type of show like, Loki is. Loki introduced basically Kang. Loki introduced all the variants. They did that, and that was an important thing. WandaVision introduced everything with the multiverse that brought us to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Like, these shows lead to something, and that's why I really like them. It, they got a grand scheme, a big picture in mind. She-Hulk, while I don't know if it has that just yet, I didn't finish the final episode. Every episode just kind of seems like it's thrown together like, hey, enjoy this small cameo, enjoy this little show that we've got together for 20 minutes. And I mean, I didn't like it. I didn't like almost any of the episodes I watched because I went into it with the mindset of as I'm expecting something more. But when you just sit down, like I said, it's a comedy, it's a sitcom. It's actually not that bad at all.
Lars, man, you're good, buddy. No worries, brother. It's a free country. You're open to your opinion, my man. Everybody here loves you, bud. No worries there. But no, I'm enjoying it. All right. It's a different take. The fourth person thing. It has kind of a Deadpool feel to it. I like that. So I've been, I was at first kind of skeptical because the CGI looked kind of, and the trailers looked kind of
the CGI is bad. I'll stand by that.
Yeah,
it's bad.
But I still feel like they're able to pull it off, and the acting's great, I think.
I think the acting is fantastic. I don't what's her name? Malaysia or something?
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to jump in on the Werewolf by Night.
Go ahead.
I loved it. I just wished it would have had more of those battles.
Yes.
That's the only thing that was missing. It's like they make a huge deal about all these battles, and you only see one little one.
That was actually probably one of my favorite things that I've seen from Marvel in this entire phase. I loved the special, but we needed we needed more of that whole Werewolf by Night. It just wasn't him. It was the Man Thing special, realistically.
And not even just that, but all of them should have been fighting. Like they could have still teamed up the ones that were still there at the end, but it became, let's just kill the big Irishman and then everybody will be here at the end. It's like it should have been like we should have seen them fighting and everything, and then they pull out once the Man thing happened. But great standalone. I love the fact that they didn't have any Easter eggs after that. They were like, this is self-contained. I was like, oh my God, this is really, really great. It's like the unexpected was that they kept it concise. That was the unexpected.
Which they don't normally do.
It really was fantastic. They truly did a phenomenal job with that, my opinion.
Agreed. So I just had to jump in on that because I loved it. As far as She-Hulk, I have said this. My favorite episode is the Wong Madison episode. I thought that there were a couple of episodes where I felt like they gave you a lot of story. I love the Wong Madison episode because they gave you a lot of story and they made the comedy a lot more fun. I know that might sound odd. I love the Daredevil episode, not just because Daredevil was in it. That was my second favorite episode, but also because a lot happened. I mean, you had so many characters, so much through line, and it was just really, really cool. So to me,
Well, I think
the entire show was not for me. That show was not made for me.
I really
but there
enjoyed
are
it.
things that I enjoyed.
I think the tongue-in-cheek nature of it works for She-Hulk, where it didn't work for Thor: Love.
I think they
Love
just
and
went
Thunder.
overboard.
That was
When
not.
you get to the last episode, then we'll have a conversation.
Now I was gonna say,
I can't say I've
without
watched the last episode.
without spoilers, what is your opinion on the final episode? Because I haven't seen it yet either.
Let's talk about it next week.
So there's no way for him to comment without spoilers.
On so many levels, I'll say it's in the second half of the show.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
9 episodes. It's in the last 4.5 as far as liking it.
So you're saying you like the last 4?
No,
you
no,
did
no,
not.
no. What I'm
Okay, I
saying is
see.
episode 4 is my favorite. Episode 7 or 8 is my second favorite. I can actually break down which episodes I like.
I got you.
So
okay.
I'm saying that the last episode is not in my top 4 where I'd watch them again.
Okay. All right, I understand. Okay.
So
gotcha. Okay. All right.
It is who's producing?
JD.
Yeah, it is, but then some of the things that they did was just overboard. But again, overall a good show. Don't get me wrong.
I thought
it's just not for me.
Yeah, I know. I liked it. I enjoy it. You know, it's not too deep and
No, I'm not. I want to be
they make
clear.
the
I'm not
jokes work.
saying it's a bad show. It's a good show.
So Creative Keep agrees with you. The last episode left a lot to be desired.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So that's why I'm saying it's. Let's just say that it's not in my 1 through 5 favorites.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, I like it more than Moon Knight.
Well, to me, I'll probably I'll probably watch the last episode tonight. You know, especially the Phillies lose, because then I'll be depressed. And you know, I'm already so far into it, I can complete it, kind of thing. You know, where there's other ones it's like I've totally given up on Rings of Power. I mean, I don't know what
I heard that show is just so bad. I've heard it's so bad.
It was just so much to unpack in there. It's just, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, House of the Dragon I haven't returned to either.
I heard that's equally pretty. Oh, actually, I'm hearing both things. I'm hearing it's pretty bad, and I'm hearing it's actually a pretty good show.
Let me know if anybody wants this. If you do, Amy and I are trying to figure out a price. We've seen this go for quite a bit these days. So 6.5 guaranteed. If anybody wants this, we'll come back to you with a price.
All right, so just throw in the chat if
this
anybody has interest.
This will be a Chi-Chi Beans special pricing.
Chi-Chi Beans special pricing. All right, so if anybody, throw it up one more time.
Yeah.
All right, so if anybody's interested in this Werewolf by Night 6.5.
There we go. That's
all right. Just let us know, and then Amy and Nick will start nose to the grindstone and figure out a price.
What did not move so far? You know what? We'll do the She-Hulk Titania special. If somebody bought it, they're getting an extra discount. We're going to do the She-Hulk Titania special. The final episode, not as good as the rest price of $59.99 instead of $75.
All right, $59.99. I got that down. All right, so it might be time for Rex Caps.
$59.99. There we go. What else? What did not sell?
All right, so the FF by Steve Epting.
Oh, that's a good one.
Anyone want to do best offer for Werewolf by Night or no?
No, we don't want to do best offer.
We don't really have enough time. It's
no, we don't. It's too little time. Maybe if we bring it back on next Wednesday. Tell you what, we'll bring this back next Wednesday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So AR will promote it, and we'll do this as a best offer item next Wednesday.
Man, Werewolf by Night is so cool.
Yeah,
I love all that monster stuff. That's what I really enjoy from Marvel. The Tomb of Dracula, the Werewolf by Night, like stuff like that. That is just, it's what I enjoy.
You get a chance. Jack Reacher was actually fantastic. I agree, Jay. There's only one problem with Reacher. There is one fundamental problem. They're making him too likable. That's not who Jack Reacher is.
Is that HBO?
No, that's on Amazon as well. That's on Prime. They're running the risk. You got to remember, the thing about Reacher is that he's just very like, like he's like very matter of fact. So if they start making him too likable, I think it takes away from who he is. But they did a great show. I really enjoyed that show. I binged it all in one weekend. So,
cool. All right. So,
and they had Hawk from Hawk and Dove.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. He had to bulk up 30 pounds. Yeah, and he was already a big dude.
All right.
Speaking of that, the fella from Kang that's playing Kang, he bulked up apparently a lot too.
Creed
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, he had to really bulk up.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a price change. Thor's #1 signed with She-Hulk Titania cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Hey, Lyle, $149.99 just retail. We had the one available for $75. It is now $59.99 because Nick didn't like the last episode of She-Hulk. All right, so that is still available. It is the last CCA we have of the night. And JD, when you get a chance, if you could throw that back up there, the Thor's #1. Definitely not Cruise, Jay Burns, because in the books, Reacher is supposed to be a big dude. Tom Cruise is all 5'9", man. Yeah, so I like the little fella. I like this Reacher better.
Wait, Tom Cruise is not 5'9". Now that you mention that out loud, no, he's not.
He's shorter.
He has to be shorter. I'm 5'8".
I go with that. I go with that. He's listed at 5'9". Let me rephrase.
But
I would go with that. I would definitely go with that.
All right, actually, it says he's 5'7".
Oh, okay, fair enough. That sounds about right. Yeah, there you go, Lars, man. You're right.
Man, I just got done calling him a little fella. I'm 5'8", literally.
All right, so once again, Thor's #1 signed with She-Hulk Titania cover sketch by Joe Del Beato, Mariano Nicieza. It is a vegan special of we had it at $75. It is now $59.99.
Vegan specials are back.
Well, this one is, yeah. This one's a vegan special. All right, so we got Amy in the house. What's up, Amy?
Nick said I should try to be funny. I'm looking at the Werewolf by Night thing, and all I can think of is their wolf, their castle. If anyone knows what that joke is from, that'd be nice. No, you don't know. You don't know that movie.
It's hard to be funny when it's on demand, isn't
it?
Make a joke now.
Make a joke.
Young Frankenstein.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, I love that movie, and so that's the first joke I can think of when I see this cover. But
so we're doing it Wednesday then?
Yeah,
okay.
Wednesday, and
it'll be a best offer book.
Best offer book. We'll decide what it'll start at, but I think it's good. I think it's a good thing to have on the show.
I think so as well. And Halloween's around the corner.
Wait, now, Abe, before you leave, what did you think of the finale of She-Hulk?
Very comic booky, I would say, with the whole big spectacle. I do appreciate that they, again.
Now you really like the show, right? You really like the show a lot.
I do. I completely understand the constructive criticism. I totally get it. I think if they got to do a second season, I think they can probably stick to more simpler storylines. So, right. But I love Tatiana Maslany so much. She's a great addition to the MCU.
She's her acting has been superb. Yeah, her acting has been superb.
I love a lot of the characters that got introduced. I love seeing more of Wong. We got more of Abomination. Love Madison. She's hilarious. So yeah, I do hope they get a second season to another chance to do more crazy stuff.
So creative keep. It is Werewolf by Night #1.
Should I do a close up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it's a best offer of 200 tonight. I'm kidding.
Next Wednesday.
I'm kidding.
All right. So this will be on next Wednesday. Ken Hazer will be here on Monday. So we got an action-packed week coming up here.
It'll be exciting. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for humoring me.
And look who I got.
Oh, look at Miss Ellie.
Miss Ellie.
Miss Ellie the Dotson. What a cutie.
Look.
He goes, that's all I ever wanted. Just put me on the camera and I won't bark in the background. That's all. Just put me on your lap. All right. So best offers are closed. So congratulations.
All right. I'll let you guys wrap up. See ya.
Thank you. Lars, man, I'm going to call it now. The Batman 100 signed with Joker cover sketch by Ken Hazer is yours at $40. All right. So we got a couple of Dynamite books left. So let me throw them out there. Immortal Red Sonja FOC, Fiery Red Incentive Cover, 1-in-10 ratio by Joseph Michael Linzer. And we have the one available for $19.73. And we'll give JD a minute. Hey, Miss Ellie. She's like, "Are you done yet, Dad?"
She came over here. So this is
like,
all she
where are my
wanted.
Fritos?
Right. This is all she wanted.
Not that one, JD, buddy. Immortal Red Sonja FOC. There we go. All right. So we have it's FOC incentive cover, 1-in-10 ratio by Joseph Michael Linzer. And we have the one available for $19.73. And then our final book of the night, Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids, number 4. Slime Green incentive cover, 1-in-10 ratio by Joe Simcoe. All right, one of the primary artists for Garbage Pail Kids and Wacky Packages trading cards, and we have the one available for $20.
Now I don't know if I missed it. Did the Secret Invasion She-Hulk go up?
Yeah, John Spilios picked it up.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Must have been a quick
All right,
one.
so let me announce the. Let's see. So the best offer, Uncanny X-Men number 1, Scotty Young variant. Creative Keep was a winner at 32. And then for the statue, looks like where Rupenstein was the winner at 85. It is not glow in the dark Creative Keep.
I'll tell you what, though, I am a sucker for glow in the dark covers. I pick them up almost religiously if I see one.
Yeah, so is Johnny. Almost killed himself thinking one of the covers was glow in the dark, stumbling around in the dark in one of the offices there. I was like, man, am I going to have to call the paramedics? Put that book down. But all right. So very exciting. Everybody remember, I will be on Robbie's channel, the PCP, Pop Culture Philosophers on YouTube at noon with Robbie, his topic of choice. Always a fun time. Nick will be on The Experience with his original art show on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Lots of great original art. You saw a little preview earlier. Then me, John, and Robbie, and maybe Alec will join us. We'll be here on Monday from 6:30 to 6 o'clock Eastern time. And we will be joined by Ken Hazer. And that'll be a fantastic time. Have your questions ready. He will bring 5 pieces of original cover art. And then, of course, Wednesday we'll be back with the Werewolf by Night, number 1, graded 6.5, with Alec joining us as well next week. So it's going to be an action-packed week next week, and it should be fun on Friday as well. As always, thank you to all you guys for spending your evening with us. We really appreciate it. Alec, as always, thank you, buddy, for joining us.
Thank you, and thank everybody as well.
And JD, thank you for pushing all the right buttons in the background. We appreciate you, buddy. All right, so we'll see everybody on Friday, I guess. All right, and definitely on Monday, Ken Hazer. So thanks, everybody.
It's going to be a good time.
Get the inside scoop on everything happening at The Experience every week. Join our mailing list by scanning the QR code at the bottom of the screen and then watching your email inbox.